What's up, YouTube? Got another cooking video for you. This is the epic egg salad video. Alright, so what you're gonna need is however many potatoes you want, because we're gonna cut them up. I'm using 4 and 4. So, I mean, a good rule is if your potatoes is about the same size as your eggs, you want a potato per egg. So, the things you're gonna need is a big old bowl. You're gonna need some sweet relish. You're gonna need some black pepper, some salt, some mustard, and mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, whichever one you prefer. And of course, a knife to cut your potatoes. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these up, and then I'll start back with you in a minute. Okay, now that you got your potatoes all cut up, this is what you want to do. You want to throw them in your pot. Boiling water. Almost boiling. It's going to be boiling anyway. Okay, now take your eggs, put them in there. And don't forget to spritz it with some salt and the potatoes too. And now we wait about 10 minutes. Alright, so about 15 minutes later, the eggs are done, so is the potatoes, but we're going to wait a little bit because these are still hot. So we're going to go ahead and put the condiments in it, and mix it up, you know. Best way to tell if your potatoes is done is if you could slice through it, like that. You don't want it to be mushy, but you want it to like slice through like pretty wet butter. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take some of this. We're going to put some of that relish in it. A little bit more. Alright, now we're going to put that Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, whatever you're using. We're going to put a few glops. Some glops. Alright. Now, we're going to use some of the mustard. That'll give it its color and a little bit of sweet zang. Then we just put a little bit of pepper. Just a little bit. Then we're going to mix it up. Mix it up. Don't forget, we got to add the eggs and stuff in it. Because I like to chop my potatoes before I boil them. But while we're mixing it, we're going to mush a few of them. Just so that way it's like spreads the egg yolk. But you'll see what I'm going to be doing with the egg here in a minute. Y'all going to love this. Alright, now that you get it all mixed up, all you gotta do is put your egg in it, but we're gonna wait a little bit, let them cool down, and then I'm gonna show y'all how to put it in there and cut it up and do all that. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. I had peeled them. Some of them peeled nicely, some of them didn't, obviously, as you can tell. It's because if you put too much salt, usually whenever they boil and you gotta peel them when they cool down, there's a skin in between the shell and the actual egg yolk itself, so it'll stick more towards it and you'll get things like that. This one came out like kind of horrible, but it doesn't really matter how they come out because you're gonna cut them up, dice them up anyways. Alright, so I usually do it like this. Look at that prettiness. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pop the yolk inside here. Grab this one. There you go. You do that to all of them. I saved the egg whites for last because it's really easy, but I like to mish these up. Make sure there's an even spread. It's like so deformed. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and mush these up. With the same fork you used to stir it. You just want to mush it to where it's like almost powder, but it's got some chunks. Because you're going to have to re-stir it anyways when it gets in the mixture. So now we're going to go ahead and add the egg yolk. Now this is a nice healthy dish if you're not high on cholesterol. If you're high on cholesterol, don't do this, because you'll probably have a heart attack. Alright, so now with these, we're going to dice them up. You can do thinner, thicker, doesn't matter. I just usually do it like that, because it's all going in like sandwiches and whatever else you want to eat it in. You could even do 2 at a time. I failed. So just do it 1 at a time. But it will be good, so let me go ahead and make some room on here. Put these on this egg bowl I was using. So I can go ahead and scoop these in. It's really easy to make this. I gave you all my recipe. It's secret. So if you share it with your friends and family, that's because you love them. Alright, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Now you're going to mix it. Now if it's too dry, you can always add more mayonnaise, a little bit more mustard and stuff like that, more condiments. The relish, it's really strong relish anyways, so you don't want to add too much of that. But I don't like mine soupy, so I like it a little bit drier. But you see how the eggs mix nice with it? Kind of looks like a egg oatmeal in a way. And even if you don't eat it all, believe it or not, it stays good for about 2 days. After that, you might get a little bit of a tang taste. But that's just because the relish has like a vinegar base. So it does keep it nice and clean, but you will get kind of a funky taste. Thanks to the eggs. But there you go. Egg salad, epic Joey style.